Hi everybody, welcome back to Things I Appreciate. And tonight, what do we talk about tonight? This guy. All right, I'm going to tell you the reasons why it's pretty cool, but I don't really like it. And of course, I'm not going to keep this. I just bought it for the demonstration purposes because I already know I don't like it. Okay, this is the famous Stanley Quencher cup. Well, I don't like the fact that it's top heavy because I tend to knock things over very easily. I don't like that there's a straw because when you're sucking on it, you draw air in and it's very uncomfortable. You can get a little air bubble in your belly. And then the fact that it can be tumped over easily. Well, you know, if I had the straw in there, stuff would come out. But check it out. I'm going to close this all the way. Okay, that's with the opening. All right, it's closed all the way. What a crock of beep! So that alone is a deal breaker. It's got lots of moving parts and crevices and stuff to clean. That's high maintenance. It's got a side handle. I don't like that. I want to be able to just carry it, carry the thing. Hey there, buddy. I just want to be able to carry it just with one finger, with the handle on the top. So it does keep ice water very, very cold for, more than a day. I'll give it that. And it's not terribly heavy for the capacity that it carries. Now, I was drinking out of a Yeti. Let me demonstrate that one as well. All right, so this is a Yeti. I think this is a 36 ounce. That was a 40. That was a 40 ounce Stanley. So this is the Yeti, and super, super sturdy, just like the Stanley. Has a top handle, which I love. But it's super, super heavy, and I don't really appreciate that because I'm going to be filling it up with some liquid, and as everybody knows, liquid is super, super heavy. Okay, but I do love the fact that it is a bottle, and you drink out of it like a bottle, with this chug cap is what it's called, so you can chug it. But look at this. The threading on the bottle is where you put your mouth, and so if you have lipstick on, you can see it gets on there, and then it gets in the threading of the cap, which is even worse because it's super, super hard to get out of there. Oh, I don't like high maintenance stuff, especially something that I'm going to use all day, every day. So that's a drawback. Here's another thing I was really surprised by, especially because I have a Yeti cooler, a huge Yeti cooler, and that thing keeps ice water in there for 3 or 4 days, and there's still lots of ice in there. This thing, however, won't even make it 24 hours. And actually, if I have this next to my bed at night, because I like to have cold water that's not going to drop everywhere, I wake up in the morning and the ice is gone. So not really great. I was really disappointed by that for this. Anyway, so I was thinking, man, if I could have something in bottle format with the top handle, much lighter weight than the Yeti, keep the contents very, very cold for at least a day, 2 or 3 days would be great, and be sturdy. Well, I found such a beast. All right, Stanley. It's super lightweight. I couldn't believe it. It's got a top handle. It's a bottle format. The threads are actually on the inside of the spout. So when you put your mouth on it, it's out here and you're not gunking it up with lipstick. Same thing here. Love that. Then it has some extra great things. You can take the lid off and be drinking and even carry it around and it stays on. It's just a snap-on. Watch that. So cool. And you just carry it around. Okay, here's another thing. I'll put that back on just for aesthetics. All right, see these indentions here? That makes it easier for it to hold because my fingers get a little bit slippery, and I was like, crap, so that gives it a little extra stability. And speaking of stability, see how it's all straight up and down? It's not, wider at the top and so on. So it makes it stays up a lot better. And if it does fall over, no worries. And then I have an accessory that's really, really cool. And by the way, many companies make this thing. It's called a boot that you put on the bottom. This guy, it's rubber. And notice there's a hole in there. That's so you can get it on and off easily. And look at that, there's treads just like a tire. That's pretty cool. You just slide it on. It whistles. Okay. All right. There we go. So not only does it make it more stable and less likely to fall over, it's also quieter because, you know, they're metal. And so when you put this down on the table in a conference room, say you're having a meeting or, you know, a classroom or whatever, it's going to tamp down that sound. It's going to make it quieter because it's rubber. And then, and it also makes it easier to grip. So if let's say the bottle is not full and you're drinking from here and you're gonna have to tip it back a lot farther, it's actually quite comfy to put your hand down here and it's easy to grip that. So anyway, I'm totally impressed with this particular model. And by the way, that's a hex screw right there. So you can take this off if you want to, but I love the handle. Also, and this is the case with the other Stanley and all the Yetis as well. The back side where you put your fingers is flush and it's smooth and it's not this like unfinished feeling. It's wonderful. I love it. It's nice and kind of velvety actually. There's a bit of a texture. So anyway, I'm totally impressed with this. Links for all of these are down below. And thank you so much for being with me. And remember, I appreciate you. Mwah.